Thanks as always for tuning in. It is halfway through the week. This is the place that you know you always love to be this time. The first half of the week, the boring part, the beginning of work part, it's all dead and done and behind us. You know, metalheads, metal summoners, that this is where the weekend begins. As always, we are your island of misfit toys. We have Bobby Dreyer, we've got Angel Alamo, we've got Psycho Steve, I'm Jay, and we greatly appreciate you guys, as always, tuning in with us each and every week as we continue to bring you these kick-ass shows. We're going to jump right into it with our guest, guitarist, newly found frontman of Ray Gun Romance, Mr. Yes. Ty Oliver. How are you, brother?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, guys. Cheers.
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for joining us and taking a little bit of time out of your day. We'll
Sure.
jump right into it, man. So, you've got a lot of experience, playing with bands, playing on stage, doing all that type of stuff. But you have your own project that you talked a little bit off the air about how that got started with some other people involved and other musicians that you were working with. But we're just going to kind of start it off a little bit more present, where now you have taken over, not only as the focal point, being that it's your band anyway, but as the front person of the band. So talk a little bit about Ray Gun Romance, you being a singer, and just how it got started in general.
Yeah. Happy to. So I started it like in 2019, and I knew that I wanted to do something that was more electronic kind of stuff, and not necessarily worry about if it had guitar in it or not. And anyways, at that time, when I kicked it off, I had hired this singer that I knew from the MySpace days that I was a fan of, and she recorded the first 6 songs we put out. And but at the end of that she was going back to do her own thing, and I wanted to keep going with it. And I kept writing demos and writing music and wanting to keep this project growing. And but I had no singer, so months and months and months went by, and I'm writing this music and like dying to put stuff out. And I just eventually hit a point where I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna try singing on it. Had never ever done that, recorded my voice before. Just like I said, I'd done some karaoke, and that was it. Never ever consider myself a singer. I still toying with that title, but I just was like, fuck it, I gotta try, because I want to keep this going. And yeah, I kind of started off with a couple cover songs I did demos of, and then and I showed some close friends. I was very nervous about it. I'm like, man, I hope this, I think this is dog shit, but who knows. And I got enough positive feedback right away, not like, oh, it's pretty okay. Like, it was like enough for me to kind of move forward and be like, all right, now I'm going to try one of my own songs, an original one. And I found it was clicking pretty quick, and like, it just kept sort of snowballing to where I was like, you know what, I think I'm just gonna keep rolling with this. And so far so good. I mean, I'm stoked. It's just breathed a whole new life into the project, and I couldn't be happier, man. It's just, I feel like it's finally hit where it's supposed to be, sort of like a reset button on the whole thing. And so it's super exciting, super inspiring, and I don't have to wait around. I can just do it when I want, So yeah.
Absolutely, brother, for sure. Yeah. And you had talked about, being involved with these other different singers. You did a single with Ryan Shuck from Julian K and Orgy.
Yeah.
He actually was on our show a while back with Amir. But you also last month put out your latest singer with Danny Blue from Echo Black, who's actually somebody that I got to work with a few years ago when he toured Echo Black and came through Baltimore. So talk a little bit about working with these singers, but also Danny in particular, being that it's the latest single.
Yeah. So Danny, I hit him up last fall because I was just a fan of, I think we played with Echo Black somewhere along the way. Powerman did or something. And, cause we were just friends on social media, and I became aware of his solo stuff. And I really liked it. And I was like, I was just kind of like still in that phase where I hadn't tried singing yet. And I was looking for people who could maybe be a guest vocalist. And I just was like, fuck, I'm going to hit Danny Blue up. He's like perfect for this. And, he actually hit me back and was down for it. And, so that one took a while to come to, its fruition and come out. But, it had been in the works for a while, again, before I decided to start singing, but that's how that one came about. And he's awesome, dude. He's so cool. And I'm super stoked on the track and his whole team that helped bring it together. And he's got a big fan base too, you know, so that's awesome. And, but the Ryan Shuck one, that was one of those singles that was with the original female vocalist, and that track was done. And when we toured with Edema, Powerman did a couple of years ago, I bugged him the whole time. I was just like, dude, I'm going to get you to do some vocals on my project, man. And he was like, always cool about it. And when we got back, he was just down. I just caught him on the right day, and he's like, yeah, come over. And so my producer and I, that I was working with at the time, just went over there, and he just did some backing vocals on her already finished, you know, lyrics and stuff. But that was really cool because, you know, Julian K, Orgy, I was a big fan of Ryan, and like, you know, those Julian K and Orgy, they're big influences on myself. So it was really cool to get to do that. Yeah, man.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Right on. Psycho Steve, let's bring you in for the next segment, my good dude.
Right on. Okay. So the question is, I have like two questions. First question is, how did you come up with the name Ray Gun Romance? And the second question is, since you said you did record about 6 tracks with that female, are you planning on keeping the songs, or are you going to take her vocals out and put yours on?
Oh, no. Those are done. I mean, they're out there, and I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't go back, and I couldn't reproduce. Those, that's fine. And I'm happy with them. She did an awesome job, and they're great. And I just am like, moving forward, you know, I'm going to be doing it. You know what I mean? So that kind of thing. No ill will or anything like that. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how did you come up with the name Ray Gun Romance?
Oh, I honestly just sort of, I think I was just kind of trying to come up with a cool name, and that just popped into my head, and I was like, yeah, that works. You know, it's kind of got this, I don't know, it's kind of got the electronic romance thing going. I don't know. That was my vibe. So I'm like,
that's what I felt when I heard it.
Yeah, totally, man.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Right on, man, for sure. Mr. Dreyer, it's that time. Let's hear from you, man.
Of course. You know, I really got to say, I admire you coming from the guitar aspect. Look, we hide behind our instruments, big fucking time. But you really grabbed it by the cojones right there and just said, you know, fuck this. I'm just going to go out and do it. And I love what you did, because your new single is amazing, and it's all you. And you and I were talking a little bit off air, but I want you to elaborate to a lot of people. Look, I know what it's like going, I love playing guitar, but nobody can really get your emotions to the songs you write, the things that it's hard to communicate with the singer going, no, that's not how I really meant it to say. That's not, you know. So talk about that, stepping up. It's almost like walking out naked on a stage.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's still brand new to me. You know, I've put out, let's see, 2 with my own voice on it so far. I got a 3rd one coming next week, but it's still brand new to me, dude. I haven't done it live, so I still feel like I'm kind of like not real, you know. But I'm still just kind of figuring it out and feeling it out. But it's been very empowering, and just great to do something that I had absolutely never ever planned or even thought was on my radar, like at all, ever. Like, just no way. That was not even, nope, I'm not a front man. And but it actually working and being something where I don't cringe when I hear it or see it. I'm like, all right, man, I don't know, it just kind of blows my mind. I'm still sort of getting used to it. I'm like, you know, because I always play guitar. I was just, you know, I could be over here.
This, Ty, real quick. So, you know, out of time, how personal are the lyrics to you? I mean,
okay, so I definitely write about stuff it's very personal, but I don't get very direct with it. Out of Time is sort of based upon a reoccurring dream that I had about having a connection. This is kind of cheeseball, but I kind of had this reoccurring dream when I was younger that where I'd meet somebody in a dream, like a girl, and like I'd have this connection with them, but I could never get that same connection in real life. And so the only time I had with this person was in these dreams, and I never knew if or when they were going to happen again. So that is kind of how that's what that one's about. But the other ones have been, or say, Only Down is sort of based, it kind of comes from, I'll just be vague with it, but because that's kind of how I like to be. But I definitely draw from, like, you know, insecurities, making mistakes and regretting things, maybe struggling with some bad habits, you know, that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
We're all there, dude. But it's
so
great. And I love that
relationships, heartbreak,
step out
yeah.
in front of the guitar, you know, not using it as a crutch, because you're one hell of a guitar player. But this is great to hear.
Thanks, man.
That
I'm
they're
okay.
your songs.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. It's a whole new ball game. It's like crazy to play and be a musician for this long, and had no idea that this whole other realm was going to open up. And like, yeah, it's like this whole new chapter that I just didn't see coming. And it's really cool. Yeah, it's really cool.
Well, very cool. We really appreciate it. So we look forward to hearing all your new stuff too.
I've got, like I said, I've got another one coming next Friday, the 11th, June 11th. But I'm as long as I can keep it up, I'm planning on trying to crank one out trying not to let it go any longer than like 6 weeks. So
that's awesome. Well, let us know. We'll premiere everything and get it out for you, because fucking rocks.
Thanks, man.
And you're
Thank you very much.
inspiring
I
to a lot of guitar players, because it allows them to know that, look, fuck you. You don't need to rely on the lead singer. Fuck them. Just go out front.
Yeah. I mean, dude. Hey, man, if you really want to do it, it wasn't something that I ever planned on. So it just sort of came like way out of left field. But yeah, no, thank you, man. I'm just trying to make stuff that doesn't suck.
Your video, Thanks, Out of Time, you got the swag on there. You got a little bit of Keith going on. I love the jacket and this.
Oh, thanks, man.
So
thanks, dude.
Keep rocking it.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm just doing my best to try and make stuff that's cool and doesn't suck, Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome. No, hey, back to you, brother.
Hey, no, absolutely. No, thanks, Bobby. Yeah, no, it's really, really cool, Ty. So we definitely appreciate, again, you coming on the show so we can talk about it more in depth, man, for sure.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Angel, let's bring you in, brother. How are the Metal Summoners doing? Ty's fans, do we have questions?
Oh, yes, we do. They're super cool, super excited. And
cool.
So am I as well, of course.
Awesome.
First question comes from our very own, well, we kind of feel like he's our own because she always tunes in every week. Candy Burton, she wants to know.
We love Candy.
Hi, Candy.
Yes. Hi, Candy.
I want candy.
We all know that one.
That sounded horrible.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. Nobody.
Who was that from? Matt Porter?
No, that was from me. See, that's a shame.
What did Candy write? She said, "Stick to playing guitar, Bobby." And that sing. Oh yeah, all right, go ahead.
Oh,
man. Somebody named Matt Porter is posting something.
I know that name. I feel like I know that name.
Who are
you?
Matt Porter is the head of the Kiss Room.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he left us to join Megadeth.
Yeah, maybe could have.
Wrong thing.
Hey.
Well, success got to his head. He's not joining us, so
egos.
It happens.
True story.
The question.
Yes.
We cannot forget Candy's question. Now she's thinking, can y'all shut the fuck up and get to my fucking question, please? Right. Okay, Candy, we are getting to your question. What was her question? Oh, yeah.
Angel, get it together, dude.
Wow.
What's going on?
One shot, and he's all like,
I got her question. Okay, Candy.
Go ahead, buddy.
Can y'all stop before I go with this? Okay, Candy wants to know who inspires you.
Oh wow. Well, it's a long list, but
We got all night.
I mean, it's shit. It's a long list of bands. I mean, and 80s stuff, 90s stuff, 2000 stuff, metal, pop, fucking alternative, electronic stuff. I mean, I guess it would have to be more specific, but I mean, I feel like anytime I have all these bands I love and they're clearly my favorites, but then anytime somebody asks me like, hey, what's your favorite? I'm like, just blank. I'm like,
not even that, but Ty, who is that guy that you just go, yeah, I need to emulate that thing that you just pick up?
Well, for guitar, when I first, got into everything, when I started out on drums actually, and I was like big on Tommy Lee and Bloss Elias from Slaughter. I just thought they were the coolest fucking dudes in the universe.
Damn, yes.
They were like twirling, and I was just like, I got to be that. That's before I really ever started. And then when I got into guitar, I loved a bunch of metal stuff and hard rock and hair band guys, and I was really into Joe Satriani and Steve Vai, and those were like my two huge ones for a while. And then I just started getting in, I liked other stuff too, though. I liked alternative stuff. I liked, so I had a bunch of different bands that I liked. I mean, some big ones, I guess, are an old school one that I've liked since I was a kid was In Excess. I always have admired Michael Hutchence and big time.
Who inspired you to sing? Who is that guy?
Nobody. That's just it. Nobody really. I basically was just sort of like, well, all right, I got to do it. But I'd done karaoke, like I said, and I kind of had some songs that like I kind of knew I could. I figured out like a range that I could get into, and it was usually In Excess, Fuel, Matchbox 20, kind of the Goo Goo Dolls a little bit, and then Collective Soul. So those were like vocal ranges I could kind of get in there, and like, nothing too crazy, but like, yeah, I mean,
what's your go-to karaoke song?
Probably right now, I'd probably do Gel from Collective Soul. Yeah, that's my go-to. Yeah, yep. And then Real World from Matchbox 20. Those are ones that I felt like I could do pretty well. And then I used to do Original Sin from In Excess, and I felt pretty confident on that one, but it's been a while, dude. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Right on. Angel, I'm going to keep it with you, brother.
Okay. My question is, when it comes to doing a show or doing a tour, how many guitars do you take on the road with you?
So every time I've gone out with Powerman, I have the two. I have the two ESP. They're exactly the same guitar. They're I'm just gonna grab it.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Sweet.
We love guitars.
So it's just a baritone ESP LTD.
Damn, that's a nice
and it
guitar.
has it's got DiMarzio pickups in it. They're Evolutions and the Steve Vai pickups. And I just have two of these. They're twins, and
same color.
And they're exactly the same. Yeah. And the guitar player at the time when I joined, Nick Quijano, he had an endorsement with ESP, and he like hooked me up with them like right away. Like he was just like, hey, this is the new guy, hook him up. And they basically just gave me those guitars. It was really cool. I was like, wow, really? I'm like, awesome. So I've had those ever since, and I've used them every tour.
What made you go to a baritone?
Well, Nick was using that guitar, and he had two of them, and he's like, here, use this. Cause I had Ibanez. I was using nothing but Ibanez RGs. Cause I wanted to be like Steve Vai.
At Hoshino.
What's that?
I'm in PA. I worked at Hoshino.
Okay. Yeah. I was an Ibanez guy forever. And basically up until I got in Powerman, and then, Nick had that guitar, and he let me borrow it to learn the material and rehearse with the band before I ever did any gigs with them. And it basically just became mine. And then they just gave me another one. So yeah.
That's super duper cool. Since we're just on the topic a little bit, Ty, because we definitely want to keep this focused on your projects, but since we're on the topic,
all good, man.
How did that situation come about?
Yeah, so I was like a big fan. I was just a fucking fanboy. I swear to God, I didn't know any of those guys. I wasn't some LA cat. Like I didn't even live here, and I'd followed the band and just always been very active on the social media. So I think I don't know. I'm guessing somebody saw me somewhere, and I just always commented on stuff. And I remember I was at my day job. I was just at work one morning, and I had this like full on Monday through Friday, warehouse job as usual. And I got an email on Facebook from the then guitar player, Nick. And he was like, "Hey, Ty, do you have any like recent live footage of you playing?" And blah, blah, blah. And I just remember being like, I don't know this guy. Why is he hitting me up? Like I just kind of found it curious. I was like, all right, I don't want to think anything, but like, I wonder where's this coming from? And so long story short, he was like, "Hey, can you learn these songs and video yourself playing them and send them back to me by, this day?" And I was like, yes. I was like, absolutely, whatever you want. And so I did it. And
So Ripper Owens.
yeah. I mean, I didn't like cut my teeth playing clubs in Hollywood or anything, or like, it was nothing like that, man. I just got a lucky break, and they were like, "Hey, can you be here on this day to try out?" And I was like, yeah. And so I drove down because I lived in Northern California in the Bay Area.
Okay.
And I'd drive down after work on a Friday and, hang for the weekend, and then drive home and be at work at 7 a.m. on Monday morning. So I did that for like, like a month or something. And then it was never like, yeah, you're in. It was just like, then they never told me to go away. So, here I am.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. That's super duper cool, man, for sure. That's cool because we've talked with plenty of people that are in fantastic bands and not original members, but that's a cool story. We haven't gotten that a story that about how they joined their band.
Yeah, totally, man. I was very fortunate because I had been trying to get into just even some band that just went and did a tour thing. I had always wanted to do that, and it just never seemed to happen. And like, I kind of hit a point where I was like, well, shit, maybe it's just not going to happen. And then I swear to God, it's like, that just came out of nowhere. And I was like, I'm in, let's go. I'm down, so.
Hey, Ty,
yeah, man.
Where up north are you from? What area?
Well, I'm from Santa Cruz, actually. The movie that The Lost Boys is filmed at and based in.
Yeah.
That's where I grew up. Yeah. My first job was at the Boardwalk. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so rad. So Ty, the next question that I wanted to ask you, man, because I wanted to take it back to like your early catalog, because I'm a fan of Healed Through Time.
Oh, wow. Shit, really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
Because I like Surrounded by Beauty, and I like all my peers.
Ah, shit. Wow. Did I know you on MySpace?
Yeah.
What, are you serious?
I think so.
Oh, MySpace.
Wow. Oh, fuck, man.
Well,
wow.
He's still too young to know what MySpace is.
Thank you. But I listened to that.
Jay
recently,
still got porn on Betamax, but we're not even going to go there.
I listened to that recently. I hadn't heard it in probably 10 years, and like, it was pretty bad. I was like, wow, this is really bad. And so, but thank you, dude.
the thing about it is like, I liked your lyrical stylings for those songs. That's one of the things that draws me to a lot of albums, that like, when you look back at them and like, for this reason versus that reason, maybe they don't quite stand the test of time, or if they're revisited now with your experience, you can tweak them more to where they do stand the test of time. But that's one of the reasons that when, knowing you from Powerman and meeting you a few times in person, you've always been square to me. I mean, we follow each other. We follow each other on social medias and stuff like that.
Totally, dude.
So like, I'm always interested in what, people that I talk to, or people that I kind of to a certain degree become friends with, of course, what they do. So when I started seeing these Ray Gun romance songs, because I have a love affair of those kind of like electronic, romantic, kind of gothy type songs.
Totally.
That's what really drew me to that project, was because, like I said, I like your style of writing your songs, the way you put your lyrics and stuff together. So
thanks, dude. Shit.
You know, but to kind of draw it back to the question, I mean, what can you tell us about that album? What do you remember your headspace being at?
Oh man, I remember the whole thing very well. I mean, I don't know, and just I will answer that. Just did you hear the other one, Heartstrings?
Yeah, yeah, I did.
Okay, cool. Because that one I feel is like a little bit better, where I don't cringe as much. But but anyway,
it is, Heartstrings is definitely more polished.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, dude. So I basically, that was kind of like the very beginning of when I finally got really focused and kind of got a direction. I was like, because leading up to that, I'd been playing drums, I played guitar, I'd sort of switch back and forth, and like I wanted to do really heavy stuff because I was a death metal fan for a long time, and then I love thrash metal, and I went through all these different phases, and I just never really settled on anything. And finally, like after a certain period of time, like right around like 2000, I'd say 2001, really, I started really focusing. I was like, all right, I'm a guitar player. I'm going to fucking practice every day, and I want to make an album. I'm going to make my own instrumental album. I'm just going to fucking put my own name on it. I'm going to do it. And had no recording gear at all. I mean, nothing. I mean, and so eventually it took longer than I wanted it to, but I wrote most of those songs in like 2001. And then it finally came out on a CD in like 2005 or whatever, and 4 or something. But so that was the Heal Through Time album. That was really like the first time I ever wrote any songs and finished them and like made them like more than one, like a finished thought. That was like the first time. And so yeah, it took a while to come out, but I was just very much I was like at the altar of Steve Vai and Joe Satriani. I mean, like fucking hard, dude. Like right. That's like just about it. And then yeah, and I kept doing that, and I went into the MySpace days, and I started, you were starting to be able to promote yourself, you know what I mean? And like, so I was doing that, and I was seeing some other guys doing the same thing, and I'm like, oh wow, there's like this genre is kind of out there. And then I finally got an actual 3-piece band together to play the songs, and like and so I started doing that around my local area, and would play to nobody, and my girlfriend and the bartender, and the other band's girlfriends or whatever. But and anyhow, so then I finally put out the other album, Heartstrings, and that was, again, I was just trying to make a better version of what I'd been doing. And but then it kind of ran its course. Like I'd been self-promoting and playing some shows, and it kind of just hit a point where it ran its course, and the band that I had kind of fell apart. And then I just hit a point where I started getting interested in other music, some more current music. And I just was like, you know what? I kind of want to be in a band with a real band with a singer, and not just do this this niche genre instrumental thing, so right. And that's kind of where I segued into some some other bands that I ended up messing around with. And actually one that I was in for a split second. This is like 2009. There was this singer named Megan McCauley who had an album out.
Yeah.
You've heard of her?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So she was on Wind Up, right? And this is in like 2009, 2008, around there. And I just found her on MySpace, and I liked her stuff. And she put up this post, and she's like, hey, looking, seeking new band members. And I just was like, fuck it, I'm going to message her. And long story short, ended up getting in this band for like a split second with her, and AP, who ended up being in Gemini Syndrome, was in the band.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was, dude. He was totally cool.
Because I've always loved Coal Chamber, and I've known Meigs for a long time, and he's there now too.
Okay. Oh, is he? Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. I thought they had another familiar face in there, but yeah. So I met him in that whole thing like way back, and then loosely kept in touch with him, and then I saw the Gemini syndrome thing happen. I was like, dude, right fucking on, man. Like he's like, he did it, like cool. So that was a long time ago. That was like, and then I did some local bands around the area for a while, some goth industrial stuff. One called Suicide Queen that's actually just putting out some music now. Actually, they're just starting to put out some stuff that's really good.
Nice.
And then the Powerman thing came along, and then I've been in that ever since. And I moved to LA, and and here I am.
Nice, dude. Well, I mean,
yeah.
And for what it's worth, since we talked on it, Chasing Angels and Let Go are the I really love the arrangements on those two.
Oh man, right on, dude. Thanks, man.
And we got to really push it. Look, if anybody wants to hear the Heartstrings album, you can get it on Amazon, which I just picked.
Yeah, it's on Spotify too.
Really cool.
So I don't know how it wound up on Spotify because that was
dude. It's on iTunes right now too. Yeah. So if anybody wants to hear it, it's great shit. Go grab it.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. And while we're talking about past stuff, I did an original band, and it doesn't seem to somehow get out there much, but I did this original band in like 2010, 11 called Requiem for the Dead, and it's on iTunes, and there's an album on there. It was for free forever on the internet, but that was an original project I was really proud of and happy about, and it just sort of had a big falling out with the singer, yada yada. But
gotcha.
It's out there if you want to check it out.
Touch on real quick before we jump on things. Denied Grace, the single you did, Violet, you did.
Violet. Oh shit. Oh, no, that was a buddy.
I told you, dude, we're like an enema. I will pull shit right out of you.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. It's not a bad thing, but no, this buddy of mine, this guy, the singer in that project, it's his project. He was like, hey, will you do a guitar solo on this song? And I was like, sure. And man, I honestly, I'd kind of forgotten about it. And I don't mean any offense by that at all. I just that was a couple of years ago. I'm like, he just asked me, and I said, sure.
Pulled it out.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. I'm gonna turn on the light. But
we will find things. It's like, dude, we crawl under rocks. We like, look at that.
Yeah, no, I'm impressed. I'd forgotten about that, but yeah, he just asked me to do a guitar solo on his project, and I said, sure. Yeah.
That's awesome because it's a great. The song is Violet, which is
that's right.
Awesome.
I forgot about that. I was like, wait, Denied Grace. I'm like, who? What? I'm like, oh, okay, that's right. Shit. He's a super cool guy, man. Guy's super awesome. He comes out to the shows in Georgia. He always shows up at the Georgia show. Super nice guy. Yeah.
How cool is that though? When you get a fan who goes, "Hey, can you play on my album?" And I've done that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with look where it got you, man.
I mean, yeah, I just bug people and I'm like, hey, will you do something on this? And I'm usually expecting them to just ignore me or whatever, but sometimes people say yeah, so it works out.
It's like a rock and roll reach around.
Yeah.
Love it. That's a really good name for a band.
Yeah. Hey, I'm trademarking it. Fucking, where's my lawyer?
Hold on, let me get my lawyer first.
Patent pending.
There it is. Yeah.
There you go. Psycho Steve, let's bring you in, brother.
So, two-part question. First question is, what was the first concert you went to? And how old were you?
Okay, yeah, it's easy. I think I was 13, and my mom took me to see Tom Petty and Lenny Kravitz was opening. That was on the Full Moon Fever tour.
Wow.
And that was like early 1990.
Yeah, that's a great album.
Yeah, it's a great album. Yep. Totally. I remember the tour. I was like, I'd never heard anything that loud in my entire life, and I just remember thinking it was like, it was a whole brand new experience. It was at this big arena, and it was, I was like, wow, holy shit, you know. Yeah, my mom, you know, took me some good things and turned me on a lot of good music. So yeah.
Okay. The other question I have for you, anybody else in your family musicians that actually played with anyone well known or evolved into something?
No, my dad, he was into the blues and a guitar player. So we kind of like bonded on that for a little bit there, but he never really pursued it into anything serious. He kind of just always wanted to, but it just never really, he didn't pursue it enough kind of thing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And do you play every day?
No, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't picked up my guitar much lately. I pretty much play the computer now and my keyboard. And it's like so not rock and roll. But I mean, dude, I just spent a lot of time like writing the music with my laptop and the computer and like coming up with shit on my keyboard and then trying to write vocals over it. I mean, that's like what I've been doing lately. And then editing videos. I mean, and if there's a guitar on it, which the last couple there's really not, but I will put it in there if it fits somehow. But like I haven't been practicing lately, man. It's gonna be rough when there's a Powerman rehearsal.
Because you guys are coming up to being, you guys are going to be playing the Whiskey soon.
We are.
No, sorry.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Oh, you have a
I
good
know,
Friday.
I know.
Fuck.
No, but
yeah.
I know there's some dates. There's some September, October dates, but I didn't see the Whiskey on there. So if there is a Whiskey date, it's probably brand new or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Angel,
Yeah.
let's bring you in, brother. Let us know what we got going from the fans and yourself, of course.
I need a moment.
Take your moment, no problem. Bobby, Angel's coming in now, but since you've got a little bit more access to things, see if you pull up some Powerman 5000 dates and see what we have coming up.
You know, the really cool thing is Ty, one thing I really want to
Carla-
ask you
Carla
right
said
now-
October.
Hold on a second, Angel.
Carla Rice said
What?
October.
Oh, she told me, I thought it was sooner than that, but whatever. Go ahead.
It might
Is that
have
October,
been
Carla?
because there was a Whiskey date from I think it was last year that we had, and it just obviously didn't happen. It might be that. I don't know.
Oh, gotcha. It might be the initial
Yeah, everybody got the
Rescheduled
lead.
date.
So
turnover.
Ty, I want to ask you right now, if people want to jump in and you're doing all this right now, and you and I have been fanboys and it worked for us, but if people wanted to reach out to you and go, look, hey, if it was good enough for him, how can I reach out to Ty and go, dude, how can I, get involved with you?
I mean, if I would just say reach out, and if I'm not gonna, I don't want to sound like a dick, but I mean, I just reach out, but I mean,
We
I
know
gotta hear
everybody's
it and, like,
busy,
be
but if
stoked.
there's time, but if you had an opportune time that somebody called up and just said, look,
oh, just fucking hit me up, man. Just send me a message. I'm not,
look, if Tommy Lee
Yeah.
were to fucking hit you up right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna read that fucking email, but no, I mean, I'm gonna read. If somebody hits me up, I'm gonna read it. I mean, but if they're asking me to, work on a piece of music or something, it just has to be something that I hear and I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds great. Yeah.
So,
let's do it,
all you do is send them your PayPal account and go, look, I do have this, where it goes right in.
I wish, man. I'm not there. I don't have a rate yet, but
Well, you know what they say, cheap tattoos aren't good and good tattoos aren't cheap.
this is true. I mean, why do you think I'm pestering your buddy about his bartending career there, huh?
Dude, I'd be more than happy to like just rock out some drinks with you, Ty, for sure, man.
Oh man.
We
Yeah.
can totally,
Ty,
we
I got
can,
a couple
we can
things in the
totally
works
make that a
that
thing.
Middle Summit's
My
working
two,
on.
my best friend Janet lives out in Oceanside by San Diego with her boyfriend.
Nice.
And I'm always looking for an excuse to get out to California, dude. So I'd be more than happy to sit at your bar and drink drinks and just talk, man. It'd be awesome.
Oh, dude. Yeah, man. Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, let me.
Yeah. So
I like that.
Well, if
Well,
you're
yeah.
at his bar, Jay, you got to wear a fucking Margaret McGee.
That's fine.
Shirts are a must.
Dude,
You were
whatever
so
type,
fine.
like I'm married
They don't
right
have
now.
death metal fucking margarita shirts.
Hey, I'm down for
mean-
that. I'm married to my hardcore superstar T-shirt right now.
Oh, man.
Thank you very much, Kim Sullivan.
I was just I just did a buddy talking about that band, and then they came up on a friend's playlist, and yeah, that those guys rock, man.
Really, really good for sure. But no,
Totally.
but absolutely, Ty. I mean, after this is all done, we'll definitely keep in touch, man, and we'll have some fun for sure.
Yeah, dude, totally.
Yeah, definitely.
Are you
Angel,
still? So you're
what's
still in the Baltimore like Fishhead Cantina area, right?
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
totally am for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So definitely, man, 100%. Angel, let me bring you back in, buddy, because we kind of cut you off on that. How are the fans doing, and how are you doing now that you've had your moment?
They're awesome. They're excited about the tour dates and the breaking
Nice.
news. You heard it here on the Metal Summit first for the tour dates. Tune in every week. I'm just fucking around.
Angel, you're hired.
Oh,
Thank you. Okay. Yep. Let me get to one of the comments. This is from Kim Sullivan. Kim, thank you for the article on Ballbuster Music. We appreciate
Yes.
it.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
fucking Story.
Damn
Any
straight.
musicians need to hit her up for a story or anything, please do.
Okay.
And
she's
spelled
also
my
my
last
buddy.
name right.
And she's also
Okay.
my good buddy when we go to concerts. So,
Nice.
oh yeah, Kim had a comment. Made of Memories totally has the Satriani influence.
Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Big time. Yeah, I was basically a clone. I was just a clone.
So now,
It's just a clone,
my-
dude.
question from Candy Burton. Do you have any pre or post show rituals? Anything that you do to prepare for a show? Anything that you do afterwards?
Basically, we all just kind of hang out in the backstage area wherever, and like I just try to get my hands on my guitar and just sort of, I don't know, loosely warm up, nothing too intense. Like, I mean, and just kind of, yeah, just get my hands on there, just try to get it warmed up a bit, make sure it's in tune, make sure I got enough picks in my pocket, and that's about it. And then afterwards, it's just like the big, like wind down, water, make sure I got all my gear like in the right spot, and and then maybe, yeah, just usually wind down for a minute, and then depending on the schedule or whatever, or where we're at, if there's time to go hang and like have some drinks with people, fuck yeah. If we have to just wrap it up and like get out of there, then that's kind of the deal. It's like, you gotta wrap up your stuff and fucking get out, and just load out, and that's it. But if you can hang, like I remember the last time we were at Fishhead, we got to hang out and party afterwards, and like that's fun. That's what we look forward to. That like that doesn't happen every night. So and that's a fun venue, man. That place is cool. So yeah, I guess as far as the pre one is just make sure I got all my stuff, all my ducks in a row, and like my gear's all working, and like I got enough picks in my pocket, and the strap works, and try to just get my hands on it. And I get all weird and like, oh man, is this how I play this? I just kind of go over a couple of licks and for the songs and make sure I still remember how to play it. I still every night for every show I'm always like, oh yeah, it's this part. It's just it's just a thing. It's just superstition thing. Yeah.
okay, Ty, real quick. When's the last time you shit the bed on stage?
Oh, I can tell you right now. It still stings. So, and there's a good one. There's a good story for that. With my first run out with Powerman, and I thought I wasn't going to get it. I thought I was like, that's it, I'm done. And so the last one was we played the Whiskey in December of 2019, and you asked me how many guitars I bring out, and I always have two. Every time, never fails. Always have two.
Wait a second. December 19?
Or no, December 2019. Yeah, it was
I
like
was
the.
there.
December 2019.
Oh, you were at the Whiskey show?
Yeah, I was there with Pinnock and everything. It was the Christmas area. Yeah, I was.
Oh shit. Okay,
Fuck
so
yeah.
Right on, dude. I hope it was cool.
And our buddy Hal Sparks was out.
Hal Sparks. Okay. So yeah, I always bring the 2 guitars, and that night I was like, well, I don't need the other guitar. It's just the one show. Who cares? Nothing ever happens. Sure enough, 3rd song in, I break a string and I just fucking panicked. I was just like, oh fuck, I don't have my backup guitar. What the fuck am I gonna do? And so I pretended that I just turned the volume down and just sort of lip synced and pretended I was playing. And then right when the song ended, I just tapped Spider and I was like, I'll be right back. And I just ran off stage and went up and I changed it. And I could hear him downstairs going, where'd our guitar player go? I guess he just quit or something. And I was like, just panicking, dude. I was just like, fucking come on, tune up. And I tuned it up, ran back down on stage and then played. But it was like, I was just all like shook after that. You know what I mean? Like I played it off as best I could, but yeah, that happened. That was not fun. I mean, I guess that's part of the show, but and that was one of our last gigs too. But and then real quick, and the other time that I can remember was a bad one was yes, first run of shows I ever did with the band. It was kind of like still my audition, you know, and we played this festival in Wisconsin, and it was the Edge Fest or something, and it was like Trapped was on it, and something Wayland, or that band Wayland, or We Are the Harlot guy was in it or something like that. But
like Waylon Jennings.
I'm not sure. I'm getting the name wrong, I think. But
wait,
Waylon's from
from Mushroom Head.
No, it was a guy from We Are the Harlot, or maybe it was We Are the Harlot. Yeah, okay. I think that is it. I'm an idiot.
I was going to say there's a band called Wayland from Wayland, Michigan. They opened up for Skid Row a couple times.
No, I think I got it mixed up. But anyhow, okay. It was a big festival, and it was like, you know, my first big crowd like that. It was packed. It was crazy, and there was a lot of fucking people there. And I remember being like, wow, okay, this is nuts. And I got up there and the guitar I had, it started raining for a little bit, and it was like an outdoor thing, right? And so I get up there, and like, I think the first song, my guitar was just like radically out of tune, like really bad, to where no matter what note I hit, it was just sour. And like, I was just kind of panicking. I was like, oh shit. And so, you know, I'm looking over, like Spider's kind of like giving me these looks here and there, because I was doing some like leads, you know, and they just sounded like garbage. And I was like, fuck, it's just like panicking, dude. I'm like, oh God. And so I swapped guitars, and then it was fine. And then I was in tune, but then my pedal board just shorted out, and I had no sound out of nowhere. And like, I was like, what the fuck? And like, so then I think finally got it going back up again. But that one was rough. And I remember the sound guy came to me afterwards. He's like, yeah, I heard your guitar. He's like, so I turned you up.
Oh, you do.
No. I was like, yeah, he thought it was hilarious. I'm like, thanks, bro. But
thanks,
yeah, I mean, I can laugh now, but at the time I was like panicking. I was like, oh my God. And yeah, so, you know, good times.
Absolutely. No, 100%. Angel, yeah. Before we go to break, brother, I want to kick it back to you, man, to get back to your question and to any other comments from fans.
My question is, when it comes to songwriting, what's the method to your madness? Do you ever have a guitar near you? Do titles come up to you? I mean, like, do you start writing with a title in mind, or does a melody come to you? And do you write while you're on the road?
Definitely don't write when I'm on the road, or I haven't. But when I used to do when I, you know, was doing guitar mostly, I would always write with a riff. I'd start with some riff, or like, yeah, I usually started with some sort of riff, and then, especially in the instrumental days, and then I would just I'd have just titles that I thought sort of fit, and so I would, you know, just name it that. But now with the ray gun stuff, I will just start with, it could be a keyboard line. It could be, I might just decide I'm going to fucking try to make a cool drum beat today. And then it just builds from there. It could be a cool beat. I like it. And then I start throwing some, like a bass line on it. And then it just sort of builds from there. And the lyrics, usually I'll just start sort of writing I'll just start fucking mishmashing shit that I'm feeling or whatever together. And then I'll sort of fit it over the song. And then there might be a key line in there that I just title the song and it fits, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. But I always structure things in a very similar way. And I just kind of use the pop song format where it's like intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, you know what I mean? And there's like a bridge, double chorus out, you know what I mean? I just use that sort of basic template, and it can vary in certain parts or whatever, but I usually go off of that template, you know? Yeah. Which I just copied from listening to other songs. I'm like, oh, they're doing that. Okay. You know, like, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just had a question that kind of goes into what we were just talking about from Candy Burton. Have you ever had a deaf moment where you wrote a song that you never thought would work, but actually turned out to be a fan favorite?
I don't know. I don't really have any fans, so I'm still working on that part. But
right here, dude.
Oh, you have fans, dude. Come on.
But so no.
What's
shit,
my name?
man.
Skip?
Shoot. Not yet.
That's a good question.
I feel that's kind of like there's definitely been a couple of things where I started it and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. And like I started to kind of give up on it, so to speak. And then I don't know, came up with something and it sort of it glued it together in a way that I was like, oh, now it works. You know, I'm like, so talk to me in 2 years. I don't know. Maybe I'll, have one that I think sucks and everyone's like, oh, I love that song. You know what I mean? So yeah.
No, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Dude, we hope we don't have to wait 2 years to bring you back on the show. But if that's the case, dude, you're an alumnus now, bro. You can come back on
thanks,
anytime
man.
you want. If you got something to talk about, you just call and be like, dude, I need time.
Thanks, okay, so, right on, dude. Right on.
Absolutely.
I'll come back.
Sure.
I'll come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. So Ty, hang with us, fans. We're always about the time of this when we get to about the top of the hour is always the time we take a little quick break just to let everybody breathe and to thank the sponsors and the endorsers of the show that allows us to bring in such cool people like Ty. So Ty, hang tight with us, brother, if you don't mind. Just always want to take a second to thank Bradley from BLE Entertainment, Bradley Entertainment. We always thank Brad, Angie, and Dawn. They're fantastic. Always working with us, putting us out there, and we always appreciate us. We always appreciate them letting us, come to the shows, shoot the shows, do interviews and stuff. Because Brad is definitely giving everything he's got to get the live music back out there, especially with the restrictions getting pulled. So Brad, Angie, Dawn, we love you guys. Thank you so much. We always want to thank, and speaking of that, Brad is going to be making an appearance for anybody who's going to be in the Pennsylvania area on this weekend. Steve, let me bring you in right quick. Aren't you involved in something kind of cool?
By chance I am, good man. I would like to let you know, first of all, congratulations to Brad and Angie because they won the contest. The contest of our Metal Summit show. I am actually emceeing an event for youth mental health for the United Way at the Spyglass Ridge Winery in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, June 5th and 6th, with bands like Warrant, Winger, Firehouse, let me see, Jack Russell's Great White, Lita Ford, Dokken. He's just calling himself George Lynch. I don't know who's in the band yet, so stay tuned. But he won the contest because he answered the question is what episode did, Bobby pass out like a fat kid in dodgeball?
What was that? Who was that?
That was Dougie.
Yes. that was your boy. You passed out.
You passed out during your boys episode.
I know. He already look. Doug. Ty, you live out in LA. You know Pinnock.
Well, I don't, but I know of him. King's X, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great guy.
I don't know him. I just know of him. Yeah.
Oh, such a great
I'm not
guy.
that cool. Trust me, I'm not some like cool hang out with a bunch of rock star dudes guy.
Neither are we.
Yeah, neither are
I'm
we.
not cool at all. I'm a dad. So
I hang out with
I feel like Jay's cool though. Jay's cool. He's like, I'm actually cool.
Angel just hangs out with porn stars.
yeah.
There you go. That's the rock star thing you can do. Come on.
So yeah, so
I
he
hang
won the
out. I
contest.
hang out with cool people like Kim.
There you
Oh.
go.
Yes.
So you're cool by association, like through osmosis. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
So
I
yeah,
mean,
so congratulations to Angie and Brad. Just come text me, smile and dial. It's easier to text me because I'm going to be on stage most of the time. Yeah, it's going to be a great time. It's for a great cause. We are going to be auctioning off, or I don't know if we're going to auction it or raffle, but a signed guitar from all the artists that are performing
Very cool.
from the show, and the money is going from that. And that was courtesy, believe it or not, of a alumni of our show, the Metal Summit, Carl Cochran and his fiance Jerry Pisano donated
very
the
cool.
guitar.
That's M3 Summit land, brother.
Yeah. So
And
yeah,
Steve,
Carl
who do
and-
you have announcing Winger that night?
Yeah, so Sunday night, the final night, we have your hubby, Mr. Tony, former
Coelho
senator of California, Congressman
from
of
California.
California, and the author of the ADA, meaning the American Disabilities Act, will be joining me on stage. Everything. Don't worry, he won't do any funny things, and neither will I. But
I'm making
It would
him
be-
wear a man hammock.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
nice.
That
Give him
says
a
the Metal
sock.
Summit on it.
Yeah, or a sock like Chili Peppers did.
Yeah,
The
of
Slap
course.
on Cox tour, remember that? So yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
we got look forward to that. And yeah, that's June 5th and 6th this weekend. Tickets are still available. Go to brownpapertickets.com, $89 a ticket, and you can write it off. And it's general admission, all ages. They have a brewery, they got some really amazing wine, we got some food trucks coming, and you get to hang with me.
And all of us,
And-
all of us.
Yeah,
It'll
both
be
of
Yes,
us
I'm
are
gonna be there.
coming.
You forgot me, damn it. How are you gonna
Yeah,
forget that I'm gonna be
Brad
there?
Lee.
Oh yeah, by the way, besides Bradley and Ange coming and me, I'm seeing the thing, you know, Angel is single, looking to mingle, ladies. So you want to come
Yes,
in and
I
meet
am.
him, I will definitely
He's
introduce
got a
you to
room
him.
with Dayglow paints and brushes, but we're not going to say that.
Yeah, or if you just want to hang out with me for one night, a one night stand. That's cool. I do those
No.
too.
100%. No, it's going to be a super duper cool event. So congratulations to Brad and Angie, and thank you guys for being involved. So yeah, we've got Steve Prestup, who's emceeing the event. Bobby's going to be there. Angel's going to be there. So we're definitely going to have the handprints of the Metal Summit around. So definitely make sure that you rock out with those guys for sure. And just support live music. You got to remember, guys, that, you know, all these guys, you know, that are playing that show, guys like Ty, you know, everybody's been sitting at home, you know, working on fantastic projects, but now we're getting to get them back out on the road. So definitely make sure that you get out there with your horns up in the air to support these guys for sure. So, but Brad, Angie, Dawn with BLE, thank you guys so much for being involved with us. We want to thank Saren Cadaver from Twisted Vines Horror Decor. Thank you so much, love, for being involved with us. We really appreciate. She does fantastic custom, you know, stuff that she makes with her hands, voodoo dolls, Ouija boards, stuff to hang on the wall. She's sickly talented. It's fantastic. We also always want to thank TMS alumni, Mark and Janet from Rock and Horror Apparel. We love them so much. They're my besties. Janet is my best friend. They are absolutely fantastic people. They've got a whole new series of a new line of merch they just put out. So definitely check them out at Rock N Horror, the letter N like Guns N' Roses, but rocknhorror.com. We also always want to take a second to thank David Rosenfeld. He's got a fantastic band, Tonal Crush, as well as Black Rose Rebellion. Rosenfeld and Associates, njsmile.com. Thank you so much, brother, for being involved with us. You rock. Band's fantastic. We're definitely super stoked that you've got shows on the horizon. And we always want to thank John from Bubby's Beanery for being involved with us as well. Thank you so much, brother. Bubby'sBeanery.com. Fantastic coffee shop in Toms River, New Jersey. So we really appreciate it so much. Everybody sit tight. We'll be right back in about a minute. We're just going to run a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back to continue our conversation with Ty Oliver from Ray Gun Romance, guitarist for Powerman 5000. And we got a few more things that we're going to discuss with him. So sit tight, don't move. We'll be right back with more of the Metal Summit.
God, what happened to you? Oh, I hope you feel better. Have a great day.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Thank you guys so much. Again, as always, we appreciate our sponsors, everybody being involved, and thank you so much, fans, the Metal Summoners. We love you guys dearly. Literally, without you guys, we do not exist. We would just be texting each other and having weird ass conversations that nobody gets to partake in. So Metal Summoners, we love you guys so much. Bobby, because you were getting all frisky during the commercial break, I'm actually going to kick it right back to you because I think you wanted to put Ty a little bit on.
I'm going to put him on the
we're going to
freaking
let you do
spot.
that.
Hey, Ty, welcome to Pride Month. It is my fucking month. So I'm going to ask you, Ty, how good do you know your wood?
Dun, dun, dun.
I think you're gonna stump me, man.
Oh, okay. So number
you get
one,
that? Stump?
number one, we
Yeah.
are Mr. Satriani guy here. So this would be right after he left the RS series. What year did the JS come out?
Shit. I feel bad that I don't know the answer to that, but I'm gonna just say it's 1987.
We were surfing with aliens, right?
Yeah, 87,
Yes,
right?
You are right.
All right, I guess.
Right.
I sure the hell wouldn't know
Barely got
that.
The audience was listening.
Oh shit. Okay, that's fuck, man.
When did
Shit.
Steve put the monkey grip on the guitar?
I want to say that was God, I should fucking know this. 80.
I'm a homo. I know a lot about
87?
Go back one
I was
more.
going to say 90.
86.
86.
When he
It was
put the grip
86, huh?
on.
Yeah, okay. Shit. All right,
Because
that's close.
you got to
close.
figure, when did he leave DLR? When did it was right after he left David.
Oh.
Well, because he was still in David Lee Roth in
But
'88 when he
didn't
did the
put the grip
Skyscraper
on it.
album.
But he didn't put the grip on the guitar.
No, you're right. Okay.
Well, Bobby, real quick, let me chime in, brother. What was the purpose of the monkey grip? Why was it even put on there?
I think he just thought it was cool. I swear to God, he thinks he said he thought it was cool and different.
Right. What?
I think.
What is the name of this guitar?
Oh, that's the Bad Horsey one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. And one last question.
I'm surprised I
Who?
know this.
Who is this named after? This is
Oh,
number
the
3.
Pia. The Pia. It's his it's his wife, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
All right. You know your wood as good as I know wood.
Sure. And if you start asking me about like Les Pauls and stuff, I'm gonna be like, I don't know.
No, I figured. Look, I got shit here that. Look, this one I know would stump the fuck out of you, but
Is that the seafoam green one?
no,
Oh, okay.
it's
Shit.
the 90th anniversary of Ibanez.
Oh wow. I don't know. It looks like it's like light blue, and that's all I can see.
It is, and it's all metal and whatever.
Oh, okay. Wow, you
Been
know a
out
lot of
that
nice
long?
guitars, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I think
and
it's
the last one is this.
Okay, see, I had a JS like that, and I had one with that body on it, but isn't that the mini one?
No,
Oh,
it's the purple. It's his purple one
shit.
that he did
Okay.
after Mustang.
Okay,
And
wow.
the other one that Steve did was
Fucking A.
wow.
Impressive collection, dude.
We all know where this came from.
Yeah. Oh, is that the Evo one?
Yeah, and
Yep, that's the evil one.
this is a 7.
Okay. Nice. Fucking A.
Hell yeah.
See,
for
now I
sure.
got to get you out the East Coast and record.
Dude, that's like a seriously impressive collection, man.
It's
That's
badass,
only a small
dude,
part
for
of it.
sure. Oh
Not all
yeah,
of it.
for sure. We're all guitar nuts.
We're
like that, for
I'm
sure,
like the
but-
biggest whore here of anything.
Yeah,
And if you're an Ibanez guy,
Right.
this is a cool.
I am. All right, what? Yeah. Well, now I
Uh-oh.
can't. Now that I've been on those ESPs without a Floyd Rose on
Well,
it, like
this
I
is
can't play them
the-
anymore. I'm like,
This is
oh,
the
isn't
get
that the
out
Paul
of,
Gilbert one?
yeah, it's get out of my yard. They
Yeah,
only
yeah.
issue
Yeah.
them in Japan.
Yeah,
And
he's a
these are
badass.
the
dude.
USA Ibanez. This is the Dead Sea one that they did.
Okay.
The
Wow.
USA
Nice.
versions.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Impressive,
Those
dude.
are Bobby's children, by the way.
Yeah,
yes.
dude. Hey, Bobby, and I think it's safe to say that Ty knows his wood, man. I think you
I
passed
know.
that, brother.
Look, I'm like, I'm
I mean-
very impressed.
Yeah,
You know,
dude.
you were-
Hey, man.
Look,
That was fun.
yeah, because as soon as you said you were a Satch and Joe guy, I'm like, look.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah,
There
I
were
mean-
3 guys at Ibanez who blew my doors off. It was Joe, Satch, and Vinnie Moore.
Yeah, Vinnie Moore. Loved Vinnie Moore's Meltdown album. I was a huge
Oh.
fan of. And then
Mind's Eye.
Mind's Eye, of course. Yeah, but I really liked. I was always a big Reb Beach guy, and then Vito Bratta too. I was and-
nice.
Yes.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I
Vito
love
used
I love me some White Lion, dude.
Oh,
Fuck yeah,
God,
dude.
yeah.
Dude, the soul, dude. Yeah, same. Huge, same. Yeah, big time.
But I have a question. Did Vito use Ibanez? I thought he was a Fender guy.
No, he had those Steinbergers, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steinberg.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. Right.
And then
But the
straps,
sawed off
too.
head stock.
And then
it was
Yeah,
head
yeah.
stock.
Reb.
Yep.
Reb
Right.
with his Explorer where he hacked the whole back of the
Yeah,
the
he had that
glass.
cutout. Yep, totally.
And then he
did.
had the Reb 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was Ibanez though, right?
Yeah.
That was an
Yeah.
Ibanez, yeah. That was
Okay.
definitely an Ibanez.
But,
I know some would.
I
For
love
sure.
it. Ty right now is like, fuck, I just need to play my guitar because
Now I'm like, fuck. I need to practice. My job back.
So,
You got-
so Ty, let me ask you, brother. So, considering that now a lot of places are pulling their restrictions, tours are getting announced, the excitement is definitely building. We've already discussed the fact that, Powerman's got gigs coming up for
Yeah.
sure. What's your plan, if any, for Ray Gun Romance? Is it currently like a studio project, would you say? Or would you like to get it out on stage, considering Edema has shows going out
Yeah.
with Ryan fronting that right now? That could be kind of a cool potential duet thing. But talk a little bit about what vision you may or may not yet have for Ray Gun as far as live.
When I started, I never intended it to be live, but as it's turning into what it is, never say never. I definitely have, there's a little bit of me that's got this itch to like, man, that would be so cool. I think eventually I want to try and do that. I'm not sure how that would look yet, but obviously, I can work it around whatever Powerman's got going on. And I gotta also, it just depends on a few things. I got to figure out how would I pull that off. And then also getting enough attention on it and people that are listening to like be able to have a show with enough people showing up kind of thing. You know what I mean? So build the fan base a bit, but for now I'm going to keep cranking out the songs and videos, and I'd like to at some point figure out the live end of it, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. And
Yeah, man.
and yeah, I eventually I think I can't say for sure right at the moment, but yeah,
Might be just a touch on the early side for that. No, I totally,
Yeah.
I totally get you on that,
Hey,
man.
Jay, real
Yeah.
quick, hey, Ty, if you promise to keep throwing it out to us, we will tell you, we will get it out to everybody because.
Okay, dude, thanks, man. Thank
Dude,
you. I appreciate it. I really do. Yeah.
It's the only way to really get it out there. And, you know, like, look, we're feeders, man. We'll just throw it out like anything.
Nice. Oh yeah.
100%, absolutely. And actually, my follow-up to that question was going to be with the release of, you know, your singles and everything and the videos that you keep putting out. I mean, we're all longtime music guys that have been fans and stuff forever before we even got into the biz, but we're also we're supporters and we're shoppers. Do you have any plans to release, like, you know, albums or like hard copy, like CDs type things for Ray Gun Romance?
At this moment, I would just, my thing is, as of now, it's just going to stay digital. I mean, but never say never. I mean, if I got to a point where there was enough demand and enough demand for a physical CD or whatever, I'm up for that. But I think my initial goal for now is to get enough of a following to warrant making some merch.
Yeah, definitely.
Making some merch and getting that out there.
I like a hat. Just saying.
What's that?
I would like a hat. Just saying.
Okay.
Because you don't have fucking hair.
Yeah.
T-shirts and hoodies all day, brother.
Yeah, dude, totally, man. Shirts, stickers, hoodies, that kind of thing. So, that's a goal that I have in mind right now. Since I'm a total one-man operation, I mean, I don't have any team or PR or anything. It's just me. So, it's, I'm trying to keep up with things and keep content going and all that. But, that's a goal. That's a goal I have. And, again,
let me interject. Who's doing the producing? Who's doing the
well, now the ones with my own voice on it, it's all me, man. It's me.
But who's doing the mixing, the mastering, all that?
It's me. Yeah. It's me, man. Yeah. And that was another thing that, like, previous to me singing, I'd been paying a producer to mix it and master it, who's amazing. His name's David Nazi. He's super good. Yeah, so he was doing it all. And then it kind of came in line with the singing and the music videos. It just hit a point where I was like, I can't keep up with how much it's costing, even though he's very reasonable to me. And his schedule was getting so busy that, like, there was such a lead time for him to get to, whatever I was working on, that I just was like, I can't wait. I'm going to fucking figure this out myself. And, or at least try. And then, that's what I did. I just so the ones with my voice, and from here on out, pretty much I'm doing all of it, man. Yeah.
I'm going to throw this out there right now. And Jay, I'm going to interject real quick.
Totally, brother.
I've been thinking about it a lot. Look, I have my own studio here. So for any of our future former Metal Summit alum artists that are here, I haven't been doing a lot right now. I have my degree in sound recording. I work with David Ivory, who produced Hailstorm, Silver Tide.
Yeah.
Any of our alum or anybody who's coming on, I will do pro bono, whatever you need. I just would love to work with people and just get it out. I've worked with Mark Hudson, Earl Slick.
I know that name,
else.
yeah.
But I'm here, so if you need anything, dude, let's talk after the show. And I'm throwing it out for former guests, future guests. Hey, look, this shit, we need to get your music out there. And
yeah, dude, totally, man.
So, look, it's pro bono. This isn't, I'm not looking for, just say, hey, look, thanks, Bobby. Cool, thumbs up. I'm just be happy to work with you.
Okay, right on, man. Cheers, dude.
So let's
Thank
talk
you, man.
after the show. But that's what it is. I don't like to hear artists talk about dollar signs because, look, you guys are battling enough right now. This COVID thing kicked everybody's ass.
Yeah.
Let's do what we can. And if I can help, I'm here.
Right on, man. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, actually, it's all been a good thing because I'm learning and now I'm just that much more self-sufficient. I mean, I know, I'm not going to crank out an album that's going to be on the same par of a Grammy award winning fucking producer, obviously. But I'm pretty goddamn.
Billie Eilish can do the shit in her fucking bedroom with her brother. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah, I know,
fucking
right?
discredit
I know.
yourself.
You really?
But,
She did it on goddamn
it's pushed
GarageBand.
me.
Stop that shit.
It's pushed me to just be more self-sufficient and learn. And like at first it was kind of like, fuck, what am I gonna do? But now I'm like, I'm doing it myself. And like, each one I feel like I'm learning as I go along. And I feel I don't know, unless correct me if I'm wrong, unless it sounds like a fucking demo. But I feel like so far I've been able to get it in a ballpark. It's not garbage.
First album, how much everybody loved the Cruise first album that sounded like a fucking cassette tape.
Yeah, it sounds like a garage band. Totally.
Love that album though.
Yeah, and everybody, dude, never discredit yourself. Look at us. We're fucking 5 misfits that do this shit.
Yeah.
100%.
I resemble that remark.
I like it.
No, exactly. That's what the show is all about, man.
Yeah.
Like support, putting things out there, and from the fans to the guests to the host, just making everybody feel good about themselves. Like this isn't a dirt show. This is a positivity show. I mean, if there's negativity, if there's negative stuff that we have to discuss, we'll discuss it with the respect that's necessary to do for certain things. But in the big picture, this is a positivity show, man. Everybody got their musical lives erased. So that's where we kind of came into it, because we started this show about 2 weeks before the global shutdown last year.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we all got very
going
rah about it. We're like, we can make something out of this. I think we can allow people to really like stay relevant and just kind of feel good about the stuff they're doing and talk about what they got going. So
let's just make you laugh. You don't think Popeyes is giving the big middle finger to Chick-fil-A for Sundays?
Oh no, I didn't know that.
If you think about it, never discredit yourself, dude. You're doing something that's you. So anything that comes from the inside is going to blow everybody's doors off because nobody's doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, man. Thank you. I'm just I tend to be hypercritical, and I want it to. My big thing is I want to put something out that's at least, I don't know, at a certain level, and it can't be below. And maybe I'm always like, man, maybe I'm kidding myself and people are just being nice. Like, is it garbage? Like, is it shit? Like, so thank you. Thanks, man.
No,
100%, man, for sure. So
I'm trying it. Sorry, Jake. Go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah. Let me jump in right quick, Bobby, just because I want to bring Psycho Steve in on this as well, because it's his turn and we haven't heard from him in a second. So Steve, take it away, brother, man.
All right. So thank you. The question is, if you were going to make a super group with yourself, who would the members be?
Shoot.
So
man,
bass?
I don't know.
On bass?
I don't know. Shit, man. Wow. Honestly, I think I'm stumped right now. I'd have to like really think about that one, which sounds weird because I don't know. I don't know right now.
Who would you have on drums? Who would be that guy who would make you sound like you?
Oh, well, I feel like if it was a live, I don't know, dude.
Wow.
Shit.
I stumped the guy.
I love that.
Yeah, I'm stumped, dude. I don't know. I'd have to really sit and think about it. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
I wouldn't think about it, but who would it be that guy that you would like be? Fuck yeah. Would it be like Glenn Hughes on bass? Would it be like, oh my God, I got Cozy Powell on drums, or,
fuck.
Or fucking Jonathan Mover from Satch.
He's a badass. That guy's a badass. Shoot, I don't know. I don't know. I'd probably just have Merv on bass because he's just awesome. And
for sure.
He's just a badass dude. And shit. I honestly, I hate to I
Is
know it
there
sounds
ever
dumb.
that
I
guy
don't
you
know.
dreamt about or a person you dreamt about in the middle of the night? Because we have all had it. Look, I dreamt where I kept sitting there going, I'm playing with Robert Plant or Steven Tyler. But is there that guy that you just said, even backing up, that would fucking blow your doors off?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's like a band. It's never been like, oh, I wish I could jam with this guy or that guy. It's more like I was kind of always like, oh man, I would play in that band. That'd be fun. You know what I mean? Like that would be cool. Like, and now that and Powerman was, you know, it's pretty much been awesome. I mean, I the style of music, the guys that are playing it, it's been fucking great.
Well, I look at you and I think of John 5. You are that level to me. So
nah, but
yeah,
thank you.
well,
But
some of
thank
us
you.
think that. So,
Well, hey, Bobby, let me interject right quick. Since we're talking about this,
I feel like a dummy. I'm sorry, guys.
no, you're fine, Ty. The way that
Right.
I'm
All
kind of
family
thinking
shit.
about it is I'm kind of trying to like base this of course around your project, where I'm picturing you actually currently as the front. This is just where my head's at right now. Like,
yeah,
I see it as with, if we're focusing on like Ray Gun, for example, where you're the fronting the band.
yeah.
I can definitely see you working with Merv because he's fantastic. You've already got that experience with him. If I
Yeah.
had to give you two guitar players, I'd actually give you Ryan and Amir because they have that experience in that
Right.
sound.
Yep.
So
That's
like,
true. Yeah.
that's, you know, and even if you and Ryan hadn't done your song together yet,
Yeah.
Ryan and Amir they've got that experience in that sound and that style that I think they would benefit you as part of your band.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of what they do.
well, the other one
Absolutely.
too, Ty, I could picture you with like a Reeves Gabrel, sitting there with Reeves coming in from
I hate
being
to
with
say
the
it.
Cure.
I don't know who that is.
Reeves played with the Cure. He played with Bowie for a while.
Oh,
He did
okay.
Tin Machine and everything.
Man, I feel
But what
bad.
you came in on that, and even the other guy I mentioned earlier, and a buddy of mine, Earl Slick. Slicky.
Oh, yeah,
played-
yeah.
Oh yeah, Slicky's the shit. But you with the stuff you've done, and I kept going, dude. I played with Slick. The shit you're doing, I'm going, yeah, that's it.
Dude, thanks, man. Right on.
Because you got
Yeah.
that Bowie-esque attitude to you.
Oh, right on, dude. Thank you, man. I mean, dude. Yeah, I mean that's like the legend. He's the man. He's the man.
Well, you think about it, and he never conformed to one style,
Yeah,
which you
yeah, no,
haven't.
totally.
So, which is really cool.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Jeez. You guys are all so nice.
But we know how to stroke egos. Why
Yeah.
not to stroke other things? But egos work.
No, for sure. And if I had to cap off the band, because we were kind of down to a drummer, I would love to see it. This is kind of going back, but like somebody along the lines of like an Alan Wilder, who most people are familiar with as the drummer for Depeche Mode.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Totally, man.
That's because
And there's my buddy who's out near you, Jason Suter. Jason played with everybody he was with Manson for a while and he sat in, but Jason's a badass fucking drummer. And same thing, the shit you're doing, I'm just going, dude, there's so many people. I love your style. I love that you cross genres, which is so fucking cool.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, you guys seem to have a better grasp on it than me.
Hey man, we just try to
We
do a
love
little
music.
thing. I mean,
That's our whole thing.
we're open
Yes,
and
we
we're
do.
honest with everything. But Angel, let me kick it down to you and the fans. Fans, just a heads up, we got Ty for a little while longer because we're having a really good time with him, but it is last call for alcohol, guys. So final questions, comments, even concerns, put them on into the comments so we can get any kind of, questions and comments answered by Ty, because we definitely don't want any of any of you fans, left in the dust, we, like I said, we do this for you guys. So last call for alcohol, guys. Get those comments into Angel so we can definitely get them answered. But on that note, Angel, let me kick it to you, brother, for any current fan questions and yours.
Just let the fans know I'm still sober enough to write down the questions.
Love it.
So that's a good thing. Now let's see if I'm sober enough to read them. Okay.
I love that you guys are like a good party and crew. I like that.
Totally, man.
It's all
Yes, we
about
totally
having a
do.
great time.
Carla Rice wants to know, have you ever felt starstruck meeting a musician?
Absolutely. Fucking 100%. Yeah. Oh yeah. Big time. I'm a big dork, man. I met I remember coming to the Powerman tryout, and I was like, Spider walked in, I was like, holy shit. I just got all like, oh God, like I don't make eye contact. Like totally freaked out. And then there's been I've gotten to meet, some people since being in the band, and just, you're on the road and you're playing with certain bands, or somebody's hanging out at Spider's house or whatever, dude. And it's like, and I still get sort of like, whoa, that's so-and-so. I'm like, I'm a fan, dude. I'm still a fan. I'm like, I'll try to play it off and all cool, but I'm like, oh my God, that's
Hey,
so-and-so. Yeah, I can't help it. It's like, So even just being out and about in Hollywood, man, I mean, you go certain places and just, these people are just kind of hanging out, and it's always like, you see it, you're like, whoa, and you try, I can't help but stare a little bit. You know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And you go, when is the cool time to take the phone out? Am I being a dick?
Yeah, I know. It's like, all right. Yeah, no, totally, man. Yep.
Oh.
You okay? You still with us, Angel?
Oh yes, I'm still.
Somewhere.
A lot of love from the fans.
Cool, man. We love
Dino
that.
Constano saying you're a great, humble guy. Matt Porter, you're a cool, down-to-earth guy.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you. Thanks for listening and being part of the show. Thank you.
Hey, Ty, I just need you to give a shout out and go, where is Matt Porter?
Where's Matt Porter? Where?
Perfect. Poor Matt.
Matt loves it.
Yeah, I saw the video where it says somebody asks, "Where's Matt? Where's that bitch?"
That was a gay pride in Disney I did with all these drag queens.
Nice. Love it.
Nothing wrong with drag queens.
For some reason, when we get around to Candy's question, it's like pretty hard for me to get to.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean by hard, Angel?
Bobby, hush.
Because I'm just sober enough to read her question. Then after that, who knows? Okay. Candy, what are your excuse me? What are your guilty musical pleasures?
My nose.
Oh, did I hear guilty?
I couldn't
Guilty
ask that
musical
with a straight
pleasures?
face. I'm sorry.
What are my guilty musical pleasures?
Yes, I'm sorry, because of what are your guilty musical pleasures?
I mean, there's one for sure that that artist Ava Max. She's kind of like a little Lady Gaga wannabe, but I think she's fucking awesome. I love her shit. Super pop. I love it. I don't care. But I don't care. I'm not even guilty. I don't give a fuck.
Dude.
I like it.
Look, come on. Tell me it's Barry Manilow's Mandy. I mean.
No. And then, oh, dude. Okay. And you guys are, I don't know how old you guys are, but there's this, there's this
I'm 21.
late 90s one-hit wonder from this. You guys remember that song Jimmy? Are You Jimmy Ray, from that artist Jimmy Ray?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. I have it just recently like came back into my like orbit, and I was like, I fucking love this song. It is so good, and I can't get enough of it lately. I'm like, and everyone's like, what song? And I'm like, dude, you don't remember that? Like, it was around for like a minute, but like,
yeah,
it's I love it. It's just fucking great.
It's
So
one hit wonders that come out and just like, you know.
yeah. And it's like,
Billy,
it's
don't be
fucking
a
great.
hero. And you just go, what the fuck? I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't understand. I hear that and I start crying.
And that's the
I
funny
mean-
thing. Like when it comes to music, is there ever really such a thing as a guilty pleasure? It's music. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if you like it, you like it. I mean, I guess it's like, I feel like that more came into play when I was in like, I don't know, my teen years, and you're like embarrassed to tell somebody you like something. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
because you're gonna get
Dude,
shit
I
for
drove
it or
back from
whatever.
Hershey Park today and I heard Love Will Keep Us Together, Captain and Tennille, and I got a chubber.
There you go. Hey man, that's cool.
You know, it
That's
was
all
like,
good.
I remember when I'm like, oh my God. I'm like Daryl Dragon on the keyboard. And I'm like going, come on.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you like it, you like it, man. So, I mean, those just off the top of my head, those came to mind. But like, yeah, I mean, those are the ones off the top of my head right now that are kind of, currently
If
like.
anybody was going to throw Right Said Fred on right now, and we heard,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
too
I
sexy.
mean-
Tell me you wouldn't fucking just go,
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean,
and you just
Can't help it.
laugh your fucking balls off. It's just like,
yeah, it's great. Great.
I'm too sexy for my love.
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
now it's
Exactly.
a fucking earworm and it's stuck.
Yep. It's funny.
Jason's
I saw
sitting
this.
there talking about it. He's sitting there dancing in it.
I saw this like
100%.
whole like there's this YouTube guy he sort of dives into these one-hit wonders, and he did a whole 20-minute episode on Right Said Fred and who they are and where they went. And it was actually very educational, and they're still around and like still popular in like whatever Norway or whatever. And like, yeah, it's pretty wild, man. It's a trip.
You know what's funny? That you know all that shit about it, that I just sit here and just go, oh my God, that's just too fucking cool. Now I gotta fucking Google it after the show.
Yeah, just
Really?
look up this channel. I'm tell you right now, just look up Todd in the Shadows. He has this whole series about one-hit wonders. It's fucking great.
Oh,
It's
that's
great.
awesome for sure.
Yeah.
Angel, let me pull you back in, brother.
My question is there a venue that a lot of musicians, when they come out, they always want to tour somewhere. They always want to play someplace. Is there any place that you have always wanted to play, whether it's the Budokan in Japan, the Whiskey in LA, or Madison Square Garden?
Jeez. Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, that Red Rocks place. That would be dope. I haven't I've seen, I have some other friends and other bands or whatever, or even people that were just texts or whatever, say they've been there and they're like, oh man, it's fucking, there's just some, that seems like one I'd like to check off the list and know what it's like, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we got a couple more minutes left in the show, Ty, but there was something that I wanted to also bring up to talk about, because while it kind of landed in COVID, it's kind of important for us to bring it up and discuss it right quick. Is so your 2 albums now in with your tenure with Powerman, because you had New Wave come out, which was highlighted for fans that are familiar with songs like Sid Vicious and Address.
Hell yeah.
But in 2020 was the release of The Noble Rot, which is Powerman's latest album with you, which, normally we would get to be like, well, how's the tour going, and getting to play new music and all that kind of stuff. Well, we can't really talk about that. So let's just simply talk about, the albums that you've done and getting to write with those guys, and just kind of talk about The Noble Rot, since it's important to highlight that new Powerman music.
Yeah, dude, that Noble Rot coming out when it did, obviously, it's kind of a wet blanket on the whole thing, because we couldn't tour. And and I've seen a lot of bands just put out albums over this last year or whatever, and they just come out and they kind of kind of die on the vine because there's not that tour support, but no, we were playing a couple of songs from the Noble Rot actually, for a good, almost like a year before the album came out. So we got to work on some of that stuff and play it, at least a couple songs, Black Lipstick, and then
the beat you did with you know.
Play God or Play Dead. That was the
Play
other
God or Play
one.
Dead, because you were playing those on the Edema tour when you came through
Yep.
Baltimore.
Yeah. And yeah, we played Black Lipstick too. That was the first tour and only tour so far that we got to play Black Lipstick. But yeah, so we did those, and those were fun. And man, I thought that latest album from Powerman had some really good stuff on it. It still does. I mean, it's still there if you want to check it out. But just, you know, I felt like, I mean, Spider's pretty much, it's his deal. He knows what he wants, and he writes, you know, the lion's share. He pretty much writes all of it. So, and that's how it's been. And that was, sorry, I got a notification. It went right over you guys' faces. No, Spider knows what he wants, and he knows what he's doing. And I was just really impressed with how he took the band in the direction he did with the latest album. And it's got this new, fresh vibe, I feel, to it. That's got some new electronic elements in it, but sort of maintains, I don't know, just that Powerman feel. And like, anyhow, so I think the new album's great. It's just a bummer that it came out when it did, and it hasn't gotten to sort of have that extended life that touring gives it. You know what I mean? So
for sure.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if that answered your question, because you asked and I sort of got off on like a couple different.
No, you're totally cool, man. Yeah, it was just it was just kind of one of those, like, it pretty much did cover everything. Cause like, it was like, cool. You know, well, then I'll steer it back to part of it that I did ask. How has it been writing with those guys? Like you said that, you know, it was, you know, cause it's Spider's deal and he's taking it, you know, musically the way that he wants to take it. Totally. But just, you know, like talking, communicating, like, do you feel if you have something that you want to suggest that the guys are down to hear you out?
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much comes to, you know, the majority of it is the ideas in place. And if I can add anything to it, I'm going to speak up or whatever. And, you know, Spider's, you know, he's an open-minded guy. He's down. And, and all the other guys are, you know, pretty much in the same boat. You know, it's a very, it's a good environment. But again, most of it comes down, and it's, you know, when you hear the idea, it's got a lot of the things already in place, and it already sounds killer. So like, basically what I try to do is, if I can add any of my own, you know, flavor to it, if possible, I will, or, you know, if there's room for that. Otherwise I kind of just let Spider do his thing, and, you know, provide whatever I can, or whatever he needs, you know what I mean, kind of thing. So
totally.
Does that make sense? I guess. Yeah.
Absolutely, brother, for sure. And as like a final Powerman question for you, since you were talking about being a fan and liking their music before you know, you got the message from the guitar player being like, hey man, let's talk.
Yeah.
What are some of the are there any particular old songs that, like, you know, get you jazzed up and stuff? I mean, people are going to be super familiar, of course, with Collide, Nobody's Real, Free. But are there any kind of like older Powerman songs that you're just hype when you get to play them because you were a fan?
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun because I didn't know how to play them, but I was familiar with all of it. Like I was a big fan. But yeah, I feel like there was one that was in the set and it's not anymore, but it was off of Builders of the Future, or like, I've always wanted to play Action. We never have. And that one I would be stoked on. But I mean, dude, they're all fun. That's just it. They're all really fun. And Supernova's fun. Human's fun. Bombshell's fun. I'm trying to think of the other ones that are in the set. Oh, you know what's a good one that's off New Wave was Footsteps.
Footsteps,
That's really fun to play live. And that was one of the ones that just like right away, like as soon as we decided to like rehearse it and put it in the set, like it just clicked. And like that one's always fun.
Nice. From Builders, were you talking about How to Be a Human?
No, there was one from Builders we had, because we've always kept Human in the set. There was
that's what I thought.
Oh, I like Invade, Destroy, Repeat. I love playing that. That's super fun super fun. And then we used to, You're Gonna Love It If You Like It, or You're Gonna Like It If You Love It or Not. Yeah. Gonna Love It. You're Gonna Love It was basically the chorus. And that's all Builders. And we used to play that. That was super fun. The solo was kind of weird in it, but it was just fun and bouncy, and like people seemed to really get into it. And I feel like there was something else in there and early on, and it's not. But I don't know, man. I know it sounds kind of generic, but like honestly, most of them are really fun to play. I mean, they just are. It's like fun, bouncy, pretty straightforward stuff. I mean, sometimes there's a lick or two that'll kind of throw me here and there, but it's just fun. And like, and getting to jump up there and do it and play it. And like, after knowing it and seeing it, as a fan, because I'd seen the band a bunch of times, and it was always, that was the thing, is I always would go to a show and just be like, that was one of the most high energy, just like, fuck yeah, the whole time, fun shows. And like, so then you get to play it and it's like, dude, it's awesome, man. Yeah. It's super fun. Yeah.
Totally. This just kind of hit me. Did you see them live the year before you joined, when they were out with Wayne Static? Because Wayne passed away literally right before the Baltimore show, when I was going to see everybody together. Did you see that tour?
No, I just remember seeing the flyer for it, and I was bummed that they were touring again, because they were touring a lot at that time. And I remember they weren't coming to my area, and I was pissed.
Gotcha.
I was like, man, another tour and there's no Northern Cali date? Like, what the hell? But I did see them actually in 2000, early 15 in Sacramento. I saw them, and I saw them in 2012.
Okay.
And that was the last. I saw them a few times, but the most recent was before I was in the band, was in early 2015. And then I wound up, the whole thing happened like, I don't know, 7 or 8 months later, later that year, basically. But
right.
Yeah. The very first time I ever saw Powerman, though, was I drove down to the Viper Room in 2003 and saw them on like when Transform had just come out or whatever. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, that was Transformant with Free. That was that tour.
Yep. That's what got me into them, because I knew who they were before. I just wasn't my thing at the time. And then I heard Free and I was like, wow, that's that same band. I'm like, I love this. And then it just sort of, that was it. It was like a snowball. Then I went back into everything else. I was like, this band's fucking awesome. Holy shit. So yeah.
That's awesome, man, for sure. Angel, I just want to kick it down to you right quick, man, before I put a little bow on this present to see if any final questions from the fans have popped up.
No, like I said, just nothing but a lot of love and appreciation for your time.
Oh, thanks, guys.
For sure.
You're all so nice.
Thank you so much, brother. We can't thank you enough, man. And like I said, you're family now, brother. If you need us for whatever reason, you just
he's got a question.
Oh, sorry.
Real quick before we cut out.
Yeah, Bobby.
The covers album that you did.
Oh.
Well, the Powerman did years ago.
Yeah.
Are there tunes that you guys still do? Because there's a lot of classics that I sit there. You did Candy-O from the Cars on there, and you did Bowie's Space Oddity. Are there tunes that you guys still do from that album?
No, we don't. We did no, you know what? That's not totally true. We used to do these sort of segues that would lead into another song, like as part of the set, and we would do a little bit of Space Oddity, but it was sort of just Spider like a cappella kind of doing it. But and then for a minute we toyed around with the we played the Relax cover for like a few shows, but no, nothing from that album though. No. I dug that album when it came out. I loved it.
Amazing that the band did. It's just so if you guys, the way you guys took cover tunes and just did it the Powerman 5000 way, it was like, wow, this is the shit,
Yeah, because I'm not big on cover songs usually, but like I remember getting that and being like, wow, this is it's totally like reimagined, you know, for the most
I
part.
love
So
that. I
yeah,
think,
yeah.
you know, the band just went out of the box.
Totally. Yep.
Well, if you ever do it and you ever come around here, you know, there's a lot of great songs on there for old fuckers like us, you know.
Yeah, no, totally, man. I agree.
I mean, who does Candy-O? Who would pull fucking the Cars Candy-O and go?
Yeah, I mean, dude, that was just one of a bunch. There was a few on there that I thought were taken in such a cool direction that was unexpected. That yeah. So I agree with you, man.
100%. No, it's definitely a really unique spin off of those songs. 100%. But getting back on to Ty, thank you so much, brother. Like, we really appreciate you taking your time. And our big thing is always like, did you have a good time, man? Did you enjoy the way you spent your evening? Did you feel that your time was respected? And did you enjoy the questions you were asked?
Absolutely, 100%. That was super fun. Yeah, you guys are all awesome, fun. You got, that was great. Thank you very much.
Tonight. Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, it's super duper fun. But Ty, we'll be in touch for sure, man. And we'll talk drinks and music, and Bobby, you'll be in touch for whatever necessary recording comes down to. But again, thank you so much, man. But again, we want to put it out to all the fans, all of Ty's fans, Powerman's fans, and the Metal Summoners. Get out there and support the live music. Get out there and check out Ty on all of his social medias, his Instagrams, his Facebooks, Ray Gun Romance. It's on YouTube, all that stuff. So definitely make sure that you're checking out what Ty's got going now, because it's super cool, super unique, and it's really, really good. So
thank you guys.
Thank you. Really enjoy it. But hit up all of our socials as well. Definitely make sure that you're following us on Facebook, since that's where we go live. Make sure that you smash that subscribe button to the YouTube channel for where we follow up all of our interviews onto. Hit us up on Instagram and Twitter. Hit up all of that stuff. So fans, thank you guys so much. Before we also cancel it out, thank you so much, as always, to Jason Perlzweig, our executive producer. We really appreciate him, as always, being with us, keeping us live, rocking us out, running our commercials and our breaks. He fucking rocks. Thank you, Jason. You're the man. And again, thank you so much, Metal Summoners. Guest announcement on Friday. Same time next week, guys. Every Wednesday night, midweek, it is Metal Night. And this is your place, as always, to be. And thank you guys, as always, for the Metal Summit, for Bobby Dreyer, for Angel Alamo, for Psycho Steve, for Jason. I'm Jay. Again, thank you so much to Ty Oliver for spending your evening with us.
Thanks, guys.
Stay with us, Metal Summoners. We'll see you guys next week. As always, every week on Wednesday night, you've been watching the Metal Summit.
Yeah. Woo!